any particular state, everyone in the state that you... So here's an interesting point of view when you're standing at the top of any particular state. Hi, I'm Johnny, and this is Off the Beaten Trail, and welcome back to another video. I'm sure you're wondering what the title of this video has to do with the clip that you just watched. Off the Beaten Trails, Off the Wall Baby Names, based off of geographical locations. Well, in reality, the answer to that question is nothing. It has absolutely nothing to do with this video. I'm actually going to cover multiple topics on this video, and in one of those topics, I'm going to be talking about my Instagram account and how I'm starting a new segment on Instagram, and it has to do with the bloopers from Off the Beaten Trail. So getting back on topic to the title of this video is actually a request by multiple people, and there's a story behind it. I normally don't do videos like this on my channel. However, because of the high demand and people requesting to watch this video, I decided to go ahead and throw it in. Because this video does have to do with geography and baby names based off of geographic locations, I can fit that into my channel because most of my channel has to do with a lot of geography. So I'm going to include this as a bonus video. However, anytime I do a video like this along subject matter that doesn't have to do with my typical channel, it will most likely be on Instagram. So there's actually a story behind this video. A lady came into my line and her daughter's names were London and Paris. I really loved that her daughters were both named after such unique geographic locations and historic cities. And then I asked about her son's name, which was not a geographic location, and I suggested that his name should be Roman, based off of Rome, and she actually really liked that. And then she told me that she was pregnant and was having another daughter on the way and would like to know names for her daughter, and also would like to know any geographical baby names in general, and requested that I made this video because she was eager to know about all of the baby names I would come up with. I talked to a few other people about it that follow my channel, and they were also really eager to find out what I would come up with, and they encouraged me to make this video, and I thought, you know, that would be an awesome thing to do. So one thing that a lot of people really know about me is that I like very eccentric baby names. I really like for them to have to do with history, and I like for them to be unique. Because of that, there's a lot of controversy when it comes to me picking out baby names, and some people, when I tell them ideas that I have, they're like, your child will be horribly cursed, and I do not understand what's wrong with you. People are like, you should not be allowed to name babies, and then other people are like, I love that name, like, how did you come up with it? But with geographic baby names being a concept, I feel like I'm a little bit safe because these names were already picked out by other people, and I'm just saying that this is a good name to name your child. So with that being said, let's jump into it. So one of the names I really like is Berlin. Berlin is a unique city in Germany, and it also was the last name of Anne Boleyn, so it is historic. It's a double whammy. Another name that I really like is Havana. Havana is a city in Cuba, and it's very historic. It's referenced in a lot of songs. However, I'm not very certain I've ever met a Havana, and I don't really understand why, because it is a beautiful name. The next name that I really like is Marianas. Marianas is based off the Marianas Trench, which is the deepest trench in the world. I really like this name, and if you name your child after the Marianas Trench, they have to be a deep person. The next name I throw out there would have to be Venice. Venice is a really unique city in Italy. It's famous for its waterways. I think that it's a very beautiful city, and then there are several Venices in the US that copied off of the original Venice most likely. However, I still think that that is a really unique name, and I've never met a Venice. It's like Vince, but a little bit more sophisticated. The next name would have to be named after Mount Denali. Denali is a unique name for a boy or a girl, and because it is the highest point in North America, your child would already be at the top. I really think that would be a really cool name to name a child Denali. Sydney is another really cool name, and it's based off of a large city in Australia, and if you don't know about that city, then you have to be living in a box because Sydney is very famous. It's a very famous city in Australia, so you need to get with it and learn about geography and learn about the world. Anyway, getting back onto point, I really think that Sydney is a really good name, and it's a good name for a boy or a girl. I mean, anybody can be a Sydney. So I want to make sure that I mention Roman based off of Rome, but here's another name that I also based off of another location, which will be Yorkie, based off of New York. It's a dog. Yes, it's a dog, but it still is a cute name. So another name for a boy would also be Florence. I really like the name Florence. I think it is really unique. I also feel like Florence could be a really good name for a girl or a boy. So it's not just a boy's name, it could really be a name for anybody. Another Italian city that I think would make a really good baby name for a little girl would be Milan. Milan is a major city in Italy that's known for its fashion. And the last baby name that I came up with is from Austria, and it would be for a little girl, and it would be Vienna. Well, that was it for the baby names part of this video, and now I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about some other subjects. So let's go ahead and go back to that blooper that was so random that you saw at the beginning of this video. That blooper is actually going to be one of many that I'm going to begin to release on my Instagram page and also on my Twitter. So one thing that you might be wondering is, who am I? You might notice that I always introduce all of my videos as, "Hi, I'm Johnny." And that's my persona when I'm on Off the Beaten Trail. That is who I am. But on other pages, you can find me on my Twitter and Instagram as Johnnytreetops. Johnnytreetops is the character that you always see in the beginning of this channel when I introduce myself as, "Hi, I'm Johnny." Johnnytreetops is my name, my personality name. I am also a photographer, singer, and writer, other than just being a vlogger and a virtual travel guide. So whenever I am producing other types of content, you can find me as Johnnytreetops. Another thing I want to say is it has been a long road to get to the amount of subscribers I have now, and I just want to thank everyone that views my videos and everyone that has subscribed to my channel, because I really couldn't be here doing what I'm doing without the growth that y'all have been giving me. And I plan for Off the Beaten Trail to have a long life here on YouTube, and I'm really excited to continue on this journey producing content for you. But I have received a lot of negative comments, and I'm not stating that these comments are actually delivered on my page, but more or less they're given to me in messages on other social media platforms, or they're given to me in person, and I'm here to talk about some of those things because I'm not upset about them, but I do feel like these comments need to be addressed because I've been getting more than one of the same type of comments, and I need to give you a little bit of insight into my life. So YouTube is actually a really difficult platform to work on, and it's actually extremely hard to build the amount of subscribers that you want from ground zero, and that's something that I'm dealing with right now. And because of that, I've gotten a lot of different feedback from multiple different sources, and with that feedback, I'm beginning a new blog on Instagram where I'm going to be giving you more of what you want from me that I cannot provide on Off the Beaten Trail. Like I said, I'm not going to stop my videos on here, and I actually plan to do more with YouTube and to even possibly in the future create more channels. But until that time period appears, I'm going to begin to focus on creating more content on Instagram. And the reason why is because YouTube's algorithm is very, very complicated. You have to consistently make videos at a regular time point each week in order for your channel to really see growth. And Instagram gives me a lot more freedom to post when I want and how much I want. And if I want to take a break, it doesn't really affect that much on Instagram for me. So that's the reason why I'm switching over there. There's also a lot more that I can cover on my channel, because on YouTube, I'm focusing on making my channel better, and my channel is about one particular subject, and that's something else you need for growth. You need to be consistent on a particular subject and what you're talking about, where on Instagram, I can really make videos about whatever I want and whatever topic, and there doesn't really have to be any type of consistency, so you get multiple different types of vlogs that I can make about whatever. So getting back onto subject, one of the things that has been mentioned to me about my channel and something that people want me to improve on is the cuts. I do a lot of cuts, and then people notice that a lot of times my hair will be different or something else will be different about me. And this is one of the things that I really want to say about that. I am giving you a free source of information, and I'm doing everything that I'm doing for you. I am struggling. I am a struggling person. Emphasis on the word struggling. I am not receiving any type of funding for this, and I'm doing it all on my own time, and this is extremely time consuming. I spend about 30 to 40 hours a week on this channel alone, and I only produce content once a week. So it's reasonable to understand that I cannot hire a crew, and I do not have multiple people taking multiple different takes of me whenever I'm filming something. And I also don't have a teleprompter telling me what to say. I am doing everything from scratch. There actually was a time period where I used to print out a piece of paper and read off of that piece of paper to get all of my information, because I'm remembering a lot of information. There's a lot that I have to do, and I'm standing out in the sun and in the elements all day long for hours trying to create this content for you. And honestly, that was very difficult because it was not genuine, and it was very difficult to read that piece of paper, and it was really difficult to stay on subject and to stay on track and to produce content that flowed. And I mean, the thing about it is I have to review a lot of information and recall that information, so there's gonna be flaws because I don't have the money to have an entire team to work with me. I am working really hard to improve my content on a regular basis. And because the content has to do with a lot of research, I really don't have that much time to put my personality into the videos like I would like to, and it's very difficult to contribute with my personality and all of the information that I have to recall. And that actually brings me to my next topic about the negative feedback that I've received. A lot of people that actually know me are like, you do not seem like yourself on YouTube at all. They're like, you know, you don't seem as upbeat, you don't seem as energetic. I have a wild and crazy personality, and a lot of people are like, we miss that and we don't see that in your videos. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, I'm trying the best that I can to create this content for you, and it's really difficult. I want to be more of myself, but it's really hard to get into character and to be that person that you see me as every single day on screen. And that's the reason why I am creating this other platform on Instagram, for you to actually be able to see that part of me, because that's what a lot of people are wanting. I am a really crazy person. I don't really care what people think of me, and I do things that are out of the box every single day, and that's something that a lot of people like about me, and they also think I'm really entertaining because of that reason. And so I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'm gonna give you all of my personality and show you some of that craziness, but it's not gonna be on this channel. The reality of it all is it is just so difficult to remember everything that I have to remember, and to be able to continue to have that personality all throughout my video. And I only have so much that I want to talk throughout this video, because a lot of it is just that information. So I don't really want to contribute more, because the talking can be distracting from the scenery and from what's going on. So I'm trying to give you more commentary, and I'm trying to give you more of my experience, and I'm trying to give you more of the directions and the information that's needed for you whenever you come out to this location, so that way you'll know what to expect. But on my Instagram page, you're actually going to be able to see me being more of myself and less serious about whatever it is I'm talking about, because I'm going to be relaying more of my character and more of my personality. So if you're interested in seeing more of that type of content, go ahead and check me out on Instagram. I'm Johnnytreetops, and I will see you in my next video where I take you to the next location.